Okay, I'm going to call this Board of Department of Human Services to order. I want to note that Commissioner Payne is with us remotely, so I'm going to run this meeting as Chair Pro Tem. We'll start with roll call, please.
Commissioner McFall?
Present.
Commissioner Payne?
Present.
Commissioner Bell?
Present.
All right, now we'll move on to approval of the minutes from February 25th, 2020 meeting.
I need to excuse myself from these minutes. I was not available at that meeting, so I will.
Move to approve those minutes.
I will second that. Has been moved and seconded to approve the minutes from February 25th. Any further discussion? Okay, all in favor signify with aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carried. Now approval of the agenda. Is there anything that we need to add, Stacy, or
I don't have anything additional.
nothing additional?
All right, Mr. Chair Pro Tem, I move to approve today's agenda.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the agenda. Any further discussion? All in favor signify with aye.
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 And no opposed. All right, next we move on to approval of financials and caseload reports.
Okay, so the financials and caseload reports are in your packet. The only thing that I would like to point out is I believe last time we met, it was anticipated that we would be overspent in core services. We did receive authorization for those additional dollars for intervention and prevention, and so that has been accounted for, and so now, as you'll see, we are projected to be underspent significantly, so that's really helpful.
That's wonderful. Yeah, thank you for that.
Any questions on either caseloads or financials?
I don't see anything that looks really unusual.
No.
Move to approve the financial and caseload reports.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve financial and caseload reports. Any further discussion? All in favor signify with aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
No opposed. All right, thank you. We'll move on to the director's report. We have the director,
Hi.
Stacy, with us.
I didn't have the opportunity to write a written report this month, so I will just hit some high points. As you can imagine, the bulk of this past month has been COVID-19 related, but prior to this crisis hitting, I was able to do a few things. We've been planning ahead for our core services contracts, so we've been working hard, meeting with our providers, looking towards next year so that we can get the contracts drafted, because those contracts start in June rather than July. So we tried to get those out early, so we're working on that. I did participate in the sector partnership meeting that happened several weeks ago. So we're making progress there. Of course, we've hit definitely a rough spot in childcare with COVID, but besides that, the group is coming together well, and we're making progress as far as plans and even just communication and collaboration amongst the providers. So that's really nice. We did return our eligibility staff. You know, we were doing a pull system within our eligibility teams. We thought that that would help prepare us for HS Connects, and that definitely caused disruption in our customer service, and we felt like we needed to return to an assigned caseload for each of the technicians. So we did return to that, which I think is helpful in general, or it will be when we get back to normal staffing patterns. But we thought it important to really focus on our customer service. We participated in presentations from 3 phone vendors to get a new phone system. So we're looking forward to the quotes coming through on that so that we can move forward. Our current system is outdated and needs some upgrades, seriously. I attended and participated in the county child fatality review. So that's for all of the children that have died in the past year. We only reviewed 3 of the 5, and the rest will be scheduled at a later date. We are very happy that we can report that our new attorney joined us. Eric Bellis joined our team, and it was a difficult time for him to join, but he jumped right in and is happy to be a part of things and offers himself to be a support however he can.
That's wonderful. That's really good to hear. We're happy to have him on board, so please let him know that we're really excited to have him here too.
I will, thank you. And then we did have a visit from the Child and Family Service Review. We are one of the counties that was selected to represent the state in this national review to help pull our scores up. I think it was an honor to be selected, but there's a lot of work that goes along with it, and so we received that visit just right before, I'm thinking it was the week of the 9th or 10th, it was during that week. So we're glad that that happened before all of the COVID-19 issues came up. And besides that, I've spent the last probably 2.5, 3 weeks on nothing but trying to manage the department's business and everything that goes along with that.
And I guess kind of to note for those watching that they are also running at 50% of employees, and some are working from home, they can, and everything's compounded just like it is everywhere else, so.
That's true.
And keeping people separated.
Yes.
Yeah, the distance.
Yeah, so, and I have that as new business, so I'll say that.
Okay, great. How are things working? I know typically, speaking of our legal staff, typically they spend a lot of time in the court system and in hearings and different things. So what is happening with all of that with COVID-19 happening right now?
So some of our court dockets have been completely vacated and we're not holding court at all. And then other docket days, they're doing just minimal what they need to, and it's happening by phone. So we are appearing by phone.
So things are, when you say things are being vacated, are they just pushing them out to a later date?
Yes. Some of those that the magistrate felt could be managed outside of the courtroom. So we're continuing to provide intensive services. They're just not not appearing before the court.
Okay. So it seems to be going okay?
There are definitely challenges. We appreciate the role that the judicial officer takes, and they're very active in our cases, Magistrate Allen particularly. So there's a loss in our programming there, but it's just to keep everybody safe. So
Absolutely. Understood.
Okay, any further questions for Stacy? Accept the motion.
I will move to accept the director's report.
I will second it. It's been moved and seconded to accept the director's report. Any further discussion? All in favor signify with aye.
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 No opposed. Okay, there is no old business, so we'll move on to new business, which is the COVID-19 response from DHS.
okay, so I did pass around some information for you to read later. There's a lot of information here.
There's a lot of information there.
But I just wanted to point out a couple of different things. So through all this, I mean, I think our number one priority has been to ensure the continuity of our existing services, making sure that we provide everything that we need to provide to our existing clients and the citizens of the county throughout this emergency. And so each program has had rule changes from the states. The state has pushed down rule changes. So from the very beginning, probably starting on the 16th, we've had between 5 and 8 video conferences or teleconferences each day, just trying to manage all the different changes that are being pushed down for the programs. So I've just put a summary of each program, what has occurred. What the state has tried to do is assist us in being as accommodating as possible to our clients while still working within the federal regulations. There have been a lot of waivers that have been put in place with the approval of the Federal Human Services as Health and Human Services. So we are implementing everything we can to be supportive and financially and just accommodating the fact that most of our work previously was done face-to-face and now it can't be. So some of the challenges definitely have been that because of the financial crisis that this puts families in, because so many people are out of work, the need for our services have increased right at a time when it's challenging for us, and our staffing has decreased in certain program areas. In other program areas, we are able to let them work from home where we can, but at this point we don't have the technology to allow some of our the eligibility side work from home. So we're trying to accommodate where we can and just work with fewer people and still get the work done.
Boy, I thought we had a lot of teleconferencing happening.
That's a lot, yeah.
We haven't seen anything apparently.
But I guess it's changing as fast as even the public health order is. Every
Yeah,
day there's
exactly.
changes to it, so it kicks off changes to your
Yes.
response.
So regarding that piece, I wanted to point out some of the strengths that we've identified. I mean, it has just been incredible how the community has come together without even, in addition to that, without even submitting an application. We received a small grant from Elpamar, just identifying us as someone that could provide resources to the community, so they sent us a check, and then the state is providing us with 35 laptops to allow us to be able to have the eligibility, some of our eligibility staff work from home when possible. So those are some really great things. The other the other things we've been focusing on in our time is our emergency management responsibilities, which is the mass feeding and sheltering. So we have a beautiful plan put in place for individuals in the community that have been quarantined or isolated and are not able to, they don't have supports in the community, don't have the financial resources to maybe have a restaurant deliver their meals for 14 days. So we've partnered with all of the food pantries and different organizations, and each pantry, some of the pantries are taking 1 day per week. So today, for instance, we get calls from individuals who have been isolated and quarantined and they don't have the money or supports. So we contact our pantry, they put together food baskets, and then we go pick them up and deliver them.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's worked beautifully today.
Good.
And so we've also partnered with the area agency on aging and Meals on Wheels and the schools for grab-and-go lunches. So if people fall within those categories for those services, then they're supporting us every chance they get as well. As far as sheltering, we're continuing to really try to identify a place that we can do individualized quarantines for individuals that need to be quarantined or isolated and don't have their own home to do that in. So we're working with lots of partners trying to get a good plan together for that. It's a little more complicated than the feeding.
There's a lot of moving parts.
Yes.
And there have to be a lot of partners involved in that, so yeah, it will take a little bit.
So it is amazing how the community steps up in crisis to help with that, even
It's very impressive.
and sheltering and different things.
We get calls and emails every day saying, how can we help? So
That's wonderful.
It is.
I know I've shuffled a couple of them your way, people who contact us and ask what they can do to help, so I said, well, Stacy might have some ideas, so, yeah.
All right, any response to that, questions, anything else to add?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay, with no further business, we are adjourned.